So the most frustrating thing in the world is definitely not being able to get your coffee in the morning because your scale is dead and you need to charge it. Well, the good news is this Tuni digital scale has a runtime life of 90 days. So you could spend more time making coffee and cooking, enjoying your scale, rather than plugging in the wall and charging it. Hey, I got this Tuni digital coffee scale that I want to go over in this video. The reason why I ended up needing a new scale is just my old one, I really just wasn't liking it that much, to be honest with you. I wanted something that looked a little nicer, a little bit more sleek, and had a couple more options. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one. I got the Tuni setup. This is my Tuni grinder, and my espresso machine is actually behind me off camera. But we're going to load up some beans on here, but let's open up this box and see what's inside. All right, so this scale comes in black and white. I ended up opting for the white one because I wanted to see if it matched my grinder and my espresso machine. So it comes packaged really nice. You're going to get the directions, which is really important when you're using this, just so you know how to operate it and use all the functions. So put that off to the side. So as I open this up, I get a Type-C port and a USB, which is white. It's going to flow with the unit and it's going to look really nice. So as we take this out, we're going to notice that we have two different pieces here. We're going to have the actual scale, and it does come with a piece of rubber on here just to help keep this in nice, better condition. This is going to be a gray that sits right on top, and it does have a little lip edge there, so it's not going to slide off, which is really nice. I really like how sleek and modern this looks with the black and the white. So we do have hidden button features on the bottom, and we're going to have a nice silver accent with the Tuni. We do have a removable section here to charge that Type-C port, and we have the on-off switch. On the bottom, we're also going to have the rubberized material, which is also really nice. So this doesn't move around. You can see that it sticks in place really, really nice and secure. So we're going to head and turn this on. So as I turn this on, it has a really nice hidden digital display that I do like, and it has the on-off switch and the tier and timer option. So we can also just hit that. It is touchscreen. They're not actual buttons, which I think is really cool. We got the timer feature. We can shut that off, or we can long press it, and it is going to reset that down to 0. If you're not a fan of the noise of hitting the buttons in the morning or when you're making your coffee, you can shut that off by hitting both of these buttons at the same exact time. And now I just turned mine on. So as you double tap this, you get a whole bunch of different modes. Right now it's in the flow rate mode. If we double click it, that shuts it off. Double again, we're going to put it in auto mode. Well, that mode right there is the powder liquid ratio mode. A bunch of these are really cool, and I don't know how many of these I'm going to use, but I think it's interesting, and I am going to take some time to actually learn all of this and see what it does, just so I can enhance my capability and overall user experience operating this machine. This is measured in grams right now. All you have to do to change that from grams is to double tap the T. And now you're going to be in milliliters. And now you can measure this in ounces. I'm going to leave this on grams because I do use that for my coffee and putting the beans on here. This is just a really accurate unit and a really accurate measuring device that you could basically just use for anything in the kitchen or jewelry, coffee, whatever. It's just a really nice measuring scale that's very accurate. So now this piece of rubber piece we can throw on, and you can see that it does measure at 22 grams. So to tier that down, you just press that power button one time. This thing is really cool, and I'm absolutely loving this so far. So I got it over here on my coffee station. This is actually the kit from the Tuni grinder. So I'm just going to set that right on here, and we're just going to zero that out. Now I'm going to take my coffee beans, measure out my coffee. And there we go. This unit is so accurate, and I do love this so much. It looks absolutely amazing, and it operates so well. And my absolute favorite part about this scale is it has a 90-day extended life runtime. So the most frustrating thing in the world is definitely not being able to get your coffee in the morning because your scale is dead and you need to charge it. Well, the good news is this Tuni digital scale has a runtime life of 90 days. So you could spend more time making coffee and cooking, enjoying your scale, rather than plugging in the wall and charging it every day, every week, whatever. All right, so I just ended up adding my beans into the top. So we're gonna grind a little bit into this using the Tuni grinder. I'm gonna put that in automatic 6 seconds, and I'm gonna be grinding at about 28 for some pour over coffee. Okay, I'm trying to hit about 18 grams, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more. and we ended up hitting 19. I don't think that's a big deal for a pour over today. So this thing works really great and just makes grinding coffee super easy in the morning. And it fits really nice onto the grinder. So the overhang is just a little bit, but it's really sturdy and stable while it's on top. It gives it an optimal surface so you can still see the digital screen. This is a super versatile piece. I absolutely love it, and I'm glad that I added it up to my lineup. I hope this video helped you out. Go and check this out for yourself. I highly recommend this scale. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.